Hi, this is Mark Filkins. Welcome to another Blender tutorial, 3D. This will help expand your 3D skills by listening to me, and hopefully I can take care of you. Anyway, this one's going to be 1008G. Wait a minute. Hold on a second here. Sorry about that. I get a lot of tutorials. I have so many going on. I was like, well, wait a minute. I want to make sure the number was right. Yeah, so 1008G, Intro to UV Texture Paint, Part 2. And anyway, basically, you can go to www.lulu.com/FWLB and check out my tutorials there. Or you can go to www.youtube.com off Filkins, see my tutorials there. My email is filkinsworks@yahoo.com. Excuse me. And my email always works, even if my website, filkinsworks.com, is not up. Okay? All tutorials property Mark Filkins and our Filkins Works company. All rights reserved. Okay, and that's going to be a quick tutorial. Shouldn't be too hard. But I'll let you know that it took me quite a while to figure out. I went to the Blender and I was thumbing around, and I went step by step for hours trying to get this to work, and it wouldn't work. I got it to work partially, but not the way I wanted it to. I'll explain that in a minute. So if you don't follow step by step, what I do not for you. Okay, so first off, I split the screens, and it's just a basic cube with a camera. It's just a default scene in Blender. Okay, nothing fancy. No big deal. And then we're going to just go here and pick our UV image editor and bring that up here. Boop, like that. Okay, and then what we're going to do is kind of move the screen over a little bit. Go over here to View, and it's called View Properties. Okay, so we're going to click on View Properties, and View Properties is going to open up here. And we're just going to take off Grid Floor. Okay, and we're going to take off the X-axis and the Y-axis. Okay, take all those off so they're all look the same color right here. Okay, not dark, light. So that we're going to click those. Okay, and then next thing we're going to do is we're going to go. Unfortunately, everything I've read some stuff about things about this, and I've read where you didn't have to unwrap it, and then I've read you have to unwrap it. So I'm not so far as far as the verdict is that you have to. In doing this, what I'm going to do now, the paint part, you have to unwrap it. So the next tutorial may be about projection, so you don't have to unwrap it. But anyway, right now, for this tutorial, we have to do UV unwrap. Okay, so that's what we're going to do over here is do a UV unwrap. So you hit U. Oh, there we go again. I got to go into edit mode. I forgot. Go to edit mode. Now you can hit U. Click on the screen there to activate it. Hit U, and it will say unwrap. And I always use this unwrap smart projections. I like that. It seems to, and then just accept the defaults here that are here. Okay, and I tend to like that. Uh-oh, what's going on here? Oh, there it is. Boy, I think it's because I have the video running at the same time, so it takes a little longer to pop up here. But anyway, you can see here, and now I have it UV unwrapped. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I didn't count that one, but anyway, so six squares, 6-sided, and now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into in here. We're gonna go to I'm trying to remember. Oh, that's right. We're gonna go to Image again, and we're just gonna say New. Even though we've unwrapped it already and everything. And then right here in the new area here, you can see this black spot right here. You can go down, and let me move this so you can kind of see it a little better. Come on, memory errors, go away. Okay, go Image, New, if it disappears. You see this black spot right here. And so you see, and we probably should name, you can also name this too, but we're not going to do that right now. I'm lazy. But you should name it. Anyway, click here, and then it's going to pop up all this color here. And all you're going to do is take the V slider and move it all the way down so that's white. And then that's all you're going to do. And then if you move your mouse off, it will disappear. And you can see that it's white right here. And you say, okay, that's fine. Okay. And then now you're going to see, and you use the middle mouse button to zoom in and zoom out. Okay, so that we can get that down. Okay, and now we got our nice little square here going, and now we go to UV paint. If I remember right, first we're gonna go textured, and then we're gonna go up to UV paint, or texture paint. Bink. and you see it turned white too, same as this one over here. And then down here, you're gonna have it's white right now, so we need to change that to a color that we want to paint. So I'm gonna paint. I'm gonna go blue, and we gotta make sure this opacity is up high enough. It should be up to 1. So I push it all the way up to 1, and then as I draw on here, you can see it draw on here, and it will draw over here at the same time. Yay! Now, that's a pretty big brush there that I used. You can use a smaller brush by coming down here. It says size 25. You can bring that brush down a little bit, and it'll make a smaller brush, or even smaller than that if you want to really bring down like size 1, which is good, because if you want to do it really thin, you can do it thin like that. See? Now, another thing you can do too on these brushes is you can create your own brushes. So you can set this up to kind of the fall off and the spacing and this kind of thing. You can play around with and see what it will do. And then you finally find a brush you like, or you got it to where it'll spray just like you like. Then you can just go here and add new and create a new brush and pick all the settings here. Plus, you also have that over here. You also have, sorry about all these memory errors, one of these days I get a new computer. And you have the mix nodes in here that are brought in. You have alpha, erase, darken, lighten, multiply, subtract, add, mix for all the colors here. So if you want to mix, that's what I'm doing here, is mixing colors. So let's see if we can pick another color here and, draw it on there. There it is. Wow, that's pretty cool. And we can make that little size a little bigger maybe. Yeah, there we go. There you go. And then if I want to blur or smear, we can click on the smear key here and smear it, and it will smear it. There you go. Isn't that pretty cool? And you can clone things, if you want to clone stuff. And you can just play around with it. And there's also some other things. We're going to get into projection paint in the next tutorial. But anyway, basically, you can sit here and play around with all these little things and make your own brushes and everything to what your liking is. And then later on, I will be doing an advanced tutorial. Probably will be doing an advanced tutorial on how it is. Now, if you look, if I use a mouse and turn, you can see here's a square. It just turns in 3D space, and then you can start writing on this side here over here. Anything you want. So let's see what we can do here. We're going to do, let's do blue. Let's do a different color here. Let's do red color, And there we go. Oop. What is it not going on there? I must have got something wrong here. Well, what is it used to? Let me see what's going on here. Let me pause it for a second. I think this video tutorial is holding it back. Hold on a second. Okay, I know what I did. I had clone on here. I had the clone on here, and I was cloning white. So I was cloning a bunch of white that you can't see here because it's white. So it's kind of funny. So I had to turn back to draw. And so we'll draw, and I'm like, oh, it's not working. What the heck now? Let me tell you, it was I spent hours and hours and hours trying to get this to work, and it just didn't quite work. And I was pretty distraught there for a little bit, and then I finally found some information on how to do it right. But on the Blender website, if you follow that exactly, it won't work. So anyway, so now you can, and then if you want to color over here, you have to turn this off and get out of texture paint, go over here, and you can paint. You can see my tutorial before this, and it tells you how to do it over here. So now you can do it over here anywhere you want. So if I want to put it, let's go here. I'll pick green and put. Let's make this smaller. M for Mark. And you see how it bleed off the side too. Isn't that cool? So it's pretty neato. You can sit here and play around with this all day. Now let's say, oh geez, I want to render my thing, and if you hit F12 right now, nothing happens. We just show you nothing at all, and you're like, huh? What the heck? So to get this to render out, so you can see it, you got to go back in here, click on this little world thing, and then hit text space. And then once you do that, then it will render out your, you can see what you did on your cube. Look at that. And then you can save it if you want in your file, whatever you want to do. Okay, and you already know how to save files, so if you don't, you can go back to some of the older tutorials I have on how to save files. But remember, here's a temp file. You change it to a file you want to save it to, or you can put it in a temp file. I like to save it to a different file on my desktop, and then make sure these are down to 1, and then make sure JPEG or PNG. I normally go PNG with these, so you have an alpha in there, and that's it. And then save it, and then you'll have a nice or you can take certain pictures of the camera. Remember, you got to do camera view. It's only going to take a picture where the camera is. So it's going to show that view when you save it. So anyway, and you can see here it broke down on all 4 squares and it painted pretty good. So remember to do all that or it won't work. So, and don't worry about all this stuff over here for now. If you want to do it, paint right on the 3D item here, the 3D deal. I can't even think anymore. I'm so tired. Anyways, I think that's it for this tutorial. Now if I can find my advertising piece, hit down here. Yeah, there you go. I always have to keep this advertising piece handy and around because people have been stealing my videos. They cut off the front and cut off the back, and they've been selling the video and making money on me. And I'm like, hey, I'm not making any money. What's going on? So anyway, there you get my tutorials. You know all the rest, and that should conclude this tutorial. Thank you for listening. Hopefully that helps you out. And time, Blender has a habit of changing things, so you never know what will happen in the future. Thank you, and Mark Filkins signing off. If I could get my mouse to move.